So as promised, I was able to get a stock video going for you guys today. As a matter of fact, today was kind of one of those weird days. It actually, Hurricane Nicole was here overnight, and still this morning, still a little gloomy, a little bit of wind. I'd say we still have about 35-40 mile an hour wind, and we're just taking a quick ride just to, you know, assess any damage in the area or anything that we have going on. But so this morning, aside of the hurricane, this morning the CPI index was released, and the market reacted very aggressive to the release, and it's all because the expectations were, you know, the expectations were that inflation was still a little bit high, and it actually it softened a little bit. So that was unexpected. So people reacted in a positive way, and they decided to, you know, purchase the SPY, as you can see here. And when they kept buying the SPY, which is the S&P 500, it, you know, most of those blue chip companies followed that trend. And even Tesla, I believe Tesla yesterday was below 175 a share, and today, you know, they opened up at about 190, I believe it's what it hit, or a little bit over, slightly over. But that's one of the tips I can give everyone. Anytime with inflation as high as it's been, when they release a CPI index, if they release it, they, you know, and they expect a certain thing, and something positive happens, you know, the market reacts aggressively. We just dropped our camera, so we had to reposition it. So anyhow, so when the when anytime that people, you know, all these gurus in the stock market predict something, and that's exactly what happens, the market does not move as aggressively as when something happens. So, you know, I mean, something unexpected happens, whether it's positive or negative, either way. So today at 8:30, as you can see here on the chart, at 8:30 the CPI index was released, and this is how the market reacted all day long. So as you can see on the chart here, you will notice that, you know, 8:30, and then all of a sudden everything just kind of went, you know, up from there. So, and by the way, anybody who's asking, the GT500's in the garage. We're actually driving our other daily driver, or our daily driver, which is an SUV. But the going back to the stocks, so that's what happened today. So always keep an eye on those kinds of things, because those kinds of news is what gives you opportunity to make pretty good money in the stock market. And, you know, but it's also good to see kind of, you know, leading up to the CPI index or any release, or, you know, the jobs report, stuff like that, kind of keep an eye on it and see what people are expecting. So that way, when it does get released, if it's anything different than expected, you can react accordingly, and then you can, you know, jump in a trade, jump in a short, you know, up or down, and you can make money one way or another. So that's one of the biggest advices I could give you when it comes to the CPI. Now, one more thing I want to discuss in this video is brokers. A lot of people ask me, what type of broker should I use? First and foremost, never use a telephone. Never, ever, ever trade with a telephone. Ever, 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 ever. The only time you ever use a telephone to trade, or a cell phone, a cell phone to trade, is only when you're stuck in a trade. You went to the store and something happened and you're losing money, or you hit your target. I mean, obviously that's why stop losses and limit orders and all that stuff come into play. However, if you forgot to put in a limit order, stop loss, and something's not going your way and you need to get out, you're checking it on your phone, yes, by all means, get in there, get out of the trade, move on. However, don't try to day trade on a cell phone, because you're going to lose. On a cell phone, it's a matter of seconds between win or lose. Seconds, reactions. So if you get in there and you get in a trade and there's you know, let's say you get into a market trade, and by the time it executes, it could be higher or lower than what you were expecting to get into, and that can cause you to lose some money. So again, that's why we don't trade with cell phones. So that's one of the best tips I can give you, everyone. You know, and now let's talk about brokers. We have I love to use E-Trade for blue chip trades. On my small account, I use E-Trade. Why do I use E-Trade? Because it's just, you know, it's very simple. The chart setups are very nice, and the level 2 is amazing on E-Trade. I just love the level 2 on E-Trade. So, but when it comes to my large account, you know, and paper trading and all that stuff, I like TradeZero. TradeZero has the most short, you know, shares available to short. It's a very good platform. If you email them, you pay a small fee. I don't know if I think it's $25 a month or something like that. You pay that fee, and you can actually day trade, day trade using paper money. That's basically what I'm trying to say there. So you do that, then you can, you know, practice. And obviously, as one of my previous videos, I said paper trade. Even if you are already doing great, you know, if you get into a little run where you're losing money, just stop trading with real money, go back to paper trading, and go from there. You know, kind of get back into the groove of things. That's why it's very good to paper trade, because you can emotionally still get going, see what you're doing wrong, make adjustments, and move on, and still, you know, get back into, you know, making money with real money. So that's, again, one of the biggest tips I can give anybody is with the brokers. So Thinkorswim, which is TD Ameritrade, that's also a pretty good broker for paper trading for learners. Then you have Centerpoint. You have Lightspeed. I'm not too familiar with Centerpoint or Lightspeed. I know a lot of people love Lightspeed. I know a lot of people think Centerpoint's the best for, you know, when you have an account over $50,000. But for me, I do have an account that has over $100,000. I still use TradeZero, because TradeZero is what I've been comfortable with. My largest trade I ever made was on TradeZero, which is a $47,000, I believe it was $47,000 win in a matter of 10 minutes. I shorted EWAC whenever it skyrocketed. I believe it was from like $15 all the way to $157, and I think I shorted it at $150, and it just crashed from there. And I was able to make quite a bit of money on that trade. But again, you know, that's the broker stuff. Next video, I can go into E-Trade and kind of show you a little bit of how it works, and you can kind of get an idea. E-Trade, if you're a beginner, E-Trade perhaps is one of the best ones. However, I do want to clarify one thing. E-Trade has different platforms. I trade using E-Trade Pro. The only way you can get E-Trade Pro, I believe, is you have to have $2,000 or more in the account, and you have to email them for them to activate it for you. If you go in there, you put in money in the account, you're only going to be able to use the regular E-Trade platform, which is, I believe it's called Power Up or Power, E-Trade Power, something like that. And that's that one there. And you're going to be able to use their paper trade one online. But as far as E-Trade Pro, that's your desktop version. That's what I use. It's a very good platform for a small account, for beginners. So you can use that platform, you know, with $2,000 and just kind of work it from there. But again, that's best tip we can give you is for the brokers: E-Trade, Thinkorswim, TradeZero when you start getting ready to short. So again, quick video, kind of giving you guys an update on what we've got going on with the stocks. Is I'm going to try to make as many videos as I possibly can. I do have the Cars and Coffee I'm running. I do have, you know, a job that I have to, a full-time job, and so I'll try to make them as quick as I can. But again, you know, study these things, you know, paper trade, you know, look at the CPI index today. Today's the perfect day you can study what happened, how the market reacted. So if you have any questions, you can, you know, just comment down below. If you want to get a direct response, I advise you to message me, direct message me, follow me on at Iconic Shelby on Instagram. Normally I'm very active with that account, and I can respond to you immediately if you have any questions, like some live response. It's free. I'm not going to charge you anything for responding. If you have quick questions about this video or any questions about stock trading, you know, always feel free to give me a follow there, and you know, ask away, and I'll help you whatever way I can. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you later.